Osprey patrol these wetlands. With few places to hide and poor flying skills, the swamp hen's main defense is psychological. While they feed, they continually flash their white rumps. A trick which lets the predator know it's been spotted. There's no need for the chicks to worry, at least not until they hear the danger call. That means the threat is very real. With the element of surprise lost, the osprey abandons the hunt. And for now, the family is safe. The flying foxes have stopped squabbling. They're fast asleep in the midday swelter. Except, of course, the mums. Their work is never done. Her pup is just a few weeks old. Too young to hang from a branch yet. It won't be ready for solid food for 4 months, so today it nurses on milk. Then comes its daily bath, a ritual that locks its scent into Mum's memory. In a couple of weeks, her little one will have grown too large to carry. She'll have to leave it behind while she forages. In a colony of thousands, bonding will help her find her pup when she returns to the roost. Till then, she does everything with baby on board. Over 4,000 meters above sea level, on the Tibetan Plateau, today marks a milestone for another infant. For this baby Tibetan bear, the only food it knows is mother's milk. In several months, that source will run dry. On the longest day of the year, the cub is about to learn to hunt. This is prey, but the wrong prey. This rare subspecies of the brown bear prefers a bite-sized meal. Meet the pika, Mum's favorite snack. These tasty morsels make up more than half her diet. So, when a pika sees her coming, it goes to ground. Mum shows how it's done. And the cub digs right in. With some beginner's luck, the plucky little bear scores his first catch. In the subtropical forests of southern China, other youngsters are too young to hunt. Rare clouded leopard cubs, 6 months old and hungry. Normally, they'd be digesting and napping now. Instead, they wait for Mum to return from a night of hunting. Maybe with a slow loris. So what do kids do while the cat's away? Of all big cats, clouded leopards are among the best climbers. With skills like this, they're almost ready to catch their own loris. Or maybe not. Hard work on an empty stomach. In Laos, another parent never forages at all. A prisoner in a tower. A prison she built herself. To guard her eggs from predators, she sealed the entrance to her nest with fruit pulp, mud, and feces, leaving a gap just big enough for her beak. Who is this mysterious mother? The great hornbill. While the father still flies free, the female depends entirely on him to bring her food for more than 2 months until their chicks fledge and her captivity ends. If he dies in the line of duty, his imprisoned family will starve to death. Today, he'll make 5 round trips. A father as devoted as the mother. Back in the mangroves of Vietnam, time and tide wait for no one. But one creature waits for both. Since 7:30 this morning, the waters have been receding. The creature you'd least expect to welcome dry land is a fish. The blue-spotted mudskipper's day revolves around the tides. She walks on limb-like pectoral fins while she forages. And low tide lays out a feast. A smorgasbord of microscopic slime. She has gills like other fish, and something they don't. She can suck oxygen from a mouthful of air. She can even breathe through her skin, so long as she keeps it wet. Even a mudskipper can go too far, intruding on a larger female's turf. The fight is on. All bets are on the big one. Better to eat than fight. For this fish out of water, time and tide march on. Noon in Thailand. The mercury climbs to 40 degrees Celsius. Lyle's flying foxes swelter. Too much sun.
Sasa mmefikiwa na Rusha Pata, mchezo mpya unaopatikana kwenye menyu ya SportPesa tu. Piga *150.
Can't sweat. Fortunately, nature has given these bats their own built-in air conditioning. Their wings are packed with blood vessels. Flapping cools the blood as it circulates. Like water through a car's radiator. The more they flap, the cooler they get. The only catch is they can't flap and sleep at the same time. Some manage to have it both ways, dispelling heat without all the effort. Keeping cool poses a bigger challenge for the elephants. Huge bodies and few sweat glands is a formula for overheating. They take a cue from the flying foxes. Each minute, an elephant can pump up to 12 liters of blood through each ear. Flapping their giant ears dumps heat and lowers their body temperature a few degrees. Dirt is nature's sunscreen, but it doesn't provide much cooling. A noon shower is even better. But it only whets their appetite for the full plunge. Elephants are distant cousins of aquatic manatees and dugongs. Perhaps that's why a 2-ton giant is so buoyant. Even the youngest take to water like they were born to it. In the deep end of the pool, a baby deploys a built-in snorkel. What youngster takes a bath without making a splash? Okay, everyone out of the pool. Just 5 more minutes. While Thailand roasts, it's only 16 degrees on the roof of the world, Tibet. Yet these Tibetan macaques feel the heat as intensely as lowland creatures. They're dressed for the harsh alpine winter in a thick fur coat. In the height of summer, it's stifling. Who doesn't like a cool drink on a hot day? But why stop there? While others lie low at midday, a night owl prowls. Time loses meaning deep in a cave in Laos. Darkness reigns 24/7. Perfect conditions for a night stalker. The giant huntsman. one of the world's largest spiders. She's the size of a dinner plate, and right now, her plate is empty. She doesn't bother spinning webs. As her name would suggest, she's a hunter. She can't see very well in the dark, but her spidey senses tingle. Her limbs detect the tiniest vibrations. A shot of venom, and she can dine at her leisure. Nearby lurks an intruder. A rank opportunist from the outside world. This three-horned scaled pit viper should be in bed. He's neither a cave dweller nor a day hunter. He's just hungry. In the darkness, he's virtually blind. But he's equipped with infrared cameras, heat-seeking sensors that detect the bats. Warm-blooded and out of reach. He needs something a little closer to the ground. The viper can also smell its prey. And it's caught a scent deeper in the cave. The frog is cold-blooded, invisible to thermal sensors. But the pit viper can smell it somewhere. It's just a matter of who makes the first move. A narrow escape. High on the Tibetan plateau, another predator seeks a late lunch. A male Tibetan fox heads off to find fresh meat, while his mate guards their den. They take turns hunting till their young can be left home alone. The plateau's favorite snack, a pika. The pika keeps a vigilant watch for predators. So the fox must be stealthy. If he's spotted, the pika will go to ground. No fresh meat today. After digesting their feast, the long-tailed macaques take some time out to relax. And perform a daily ritual. ridding each other of biting bugs. Grooming is more than hygiene. It's politics. Part of a pecking order that governs everything from eating to mating. Strict hierarchy dictates which females groom which, and for how long. On the left is a low-ranking handmaid. Faithful service today may curry favor within her troop tomorrow. No one is immune from palace intrigue. These young princes don't know their play is a matter of life and death. When they become adults, the alpha of the troop will drive them out. The bonds they forge now may save them one day. When that day comes, they'll need allies in exile. In Thailand, the moment of truth has already arrived for the world's tallest flying bird. The nearly 2-meter-tall eastern Saris crane. Once they mate, it's till death do they part. For this suitor, today is make or break. A stunning female catches his eye. His whole future hangs.
We made an AI content authenticity tool. Simply install the extension, enable scanning, then hover over any image for fast results. Install our free AI Detector Chrome extension now.
She accepts. And it's showtime. She doesn't seem impressed. He's going to have to pull out his best moves. So, what's her verdict? Clear enough. Eastern Saris cranes are so faithful. In India, they're a symbol of fidelity. Partners for life. Down the coast from the mud skipper, another critter races the incoming tide. Strange spheres cover the shore. The sand bubbler crab has had a busy day. These balls are leftovers of its microscopic meals. Using its claws like spoons, it feasts on myofauna, tiny creatures that live in the sand. As it dines, it cleans the beach by filtering the sand particles. Forming balls of remains prevents cleaning the same sand twice. Like the mud skipper, This tiny crustacean frantically forages before the tide covers the beach. It works methodically outward from its burrow. Unfortunately, so does its neighbor. Precious minutes lost in a fight no one wins, as sand runs through the hourglass. After stuffing their faces this morning, the long-tailed macaques go back for seconds. Dynastic life means constant tests of the pecking order over food. The upside of communal life. Someone's always looking out for trouble. It's dinner time for a 2-meter-long water monitor. Even with the predator gone, no one seems keen to get back in the water. The picnic is ruined. Like macaques, elephants have a pecking order. It doesn't mean much to these two yet. But nearby, a pair of adolescent males are about to put it to the test. A raised trunk is a formal challenge. Challenge accepted. It's just sparring, testing their strength and honing their skill. One day they'll have to fight to woo a female. Females breed only every 4 to 5 years. Today, this bull follows a rare siren song, the low-frequency call of a female in heat. Humans can barely hear it, but other males likely have. He may have to fight for a rare privilege, the right to mate. He follows the call for more than 3 kilometers. Not exactly speed dating. It's his lucky day. She's alone. With zero competition, courtship is a brief affair. After a short pursuit, she makes a choice that will impact the next 7 years of her life. Dusk is still 2 hours away in Laos. But the Lahr gibbons have already called it a day. No one complains about going to bed early. In fact, bedtime may be a survival tactic. By retiring before nocturnal predators wake up, gibbons lower the risk of being detected and followed to their nighttime perch, 30 meters up. As the day wanes, prime time for fishing arrives. The pied kingfisher is the emperor of anglers. Most kingfishers dive from a perch, but not the pied kingfisher. This female puts physics into practice. She beats her wings horizontally, not vertically, to achieve lift without thrust. Her mate lines up his own target. Hovering is a gift usually reserved for the smallest of birds. The pied kingfisher is the largest bird that can hover, even though its wings beat almost 10 times slower than a hummingbird's. He has a built-in bomb sight, high-res vision to lock onto prey underwater, and judge the depth of his dive. Bullseye. They succeed up to half the time. Today, they're batting 1,000. After patiently waiting for the longest day of the year to set, the night shift gets ready to shine. Just like us, bats have an internal clock, a circadian rhythm. Just before sunset, their alarm goes off. Families groom and bond, waiting for the magic hour. Thousands of pilots, and a marvel of air traffic control. They zoom at 100 kilometers an hour in close proximity. The secret to such tight formation is echolocation. This built-in sonar helps them locate and track their neighbors' positions. Tiny muscles in their wings perform micro-maneuvers and stave off mid-air collisions. From there, it's just follow the leader. Dusk is when their insect prey is most active. But bats aren't the only hunters on the wing. It succeeds more often when attacking the crowd. But it can't just zoom into the formation of bats. That would risk a collision and possibly injury. Tonight's air raid fails. But better to fly another day than return with clipped wings. the massed squadrons will have good hunting. As the shortest night of the year settles over Asia.
The sun comes up, the light turns on, and the natural world erupts into a new day. Animals wake in burrows, colonies, and branches to sing the sun's praises and launch into their daily chores. In Latin America, they'll need every hour of sunlight to find food, find a mate, find shelter, or find relief. All the daily dramas of their lives unfold in the hours from dawn to dusk. Night in the rainforests of Colombia is dark and full of terror. Even for one of the world's most poisonous creatures. A golden poison frog is lethal to most predators. But his bright warning color is little use without the sun to light it up. He chooses to stay put and wait for morning. Red-footed tortoises don't need the lights on to stay safe. They're well armored against attack. But even they are easily spooked by things that go bump in the night. It's just a tamandua. He's at the end of his night shift, slurping up ants and termites in the trees. A blue land crab also senses the coming of dawn. It finishes its supper and retreats to its moist burrow. It fears the heat of the sun more than strange noises in the dark. In the pre-dawn twilight, a jaguar prowls the jungle. A crepuscular hunter, it prefers the dimness of dawn and dusk. It has exceptional vision in low light. Perfect conditions for a stalk and ambush predator. But this jaguar's chances of catching a meal unaware diminish with each passing minute. The light of dawn drives night prowlers away. The days are long in Latin America at the start of May. For most, it's a 6 o'clock start. When the sun peaks over the horizon, jungles from Mexico to Brazil are in for a rude awakening. Everywhere, howler monkeys warm up their singing voices. They're making sure that any rivals within 5 kilometers will hear them. They're the biggest loudmouths on land. But it's all bluster. Shouting just takes less energy than physically patrolling a territory. Cotton-top tamarins watch the howlers' antics with bleary eyes. They have no intention of getting up yet. While the nocturnal tamandua has no intention of staying up any longer. He's looking for a hollow tree in which to snooze the day away. But a family of night monkeys has claimed this spot. They'd already be asleep if it wasn't for their noisy neighbors. Dawn continues its rush across the continent. Next to see the sun are the creatures of South America's western coast. At Peru's Punta San Juan, one of the world's driest deserts meets one of its coldest and richest seas. That's the attraction for 3,000 pairs of Humboldt penguins. Even though there's not much to build a nest with here, besides guano, the accumulated excrement of millions of other seabirds. The chicks wake up hungry. Someone needs to go on a food run. That's a 10-hour excursion, so it would pay to get going. But it's rush hour. Here come the producers of all that guano. 500,000 guanai cormorants roll towards the penguin colony. Both birds fish in the same currents, but the cormorants have got the jump on the penguins. While the flippet parents face a winding trek down to the sea, the winged cormorants take the direct route. And the penguins' exclusive cliff-top address is right in their launch path. Every morning it's the same thing. The plucky penguin parents resist with all they've got. As the horde keeps coming, some penguins get tired of waiting. One group makes a break for the sea. After 2 hours, the worst of the cormorant crush is over. Only then do the rest of the penguins leave home. Down on the beach, one final obstacle caps off their stressful commute. A gauntlet of fur seals blocks the route. The lumbering adults are not a serious threat on land. But the playful pups do love a game of chase the penguin. The cool sea soothes tattered nerves. The prospect of a 35-kilometer swim doesn't faze them. They're in their element now. More than half an hour after it lights up Peru, the sun's first rays hit South America's westernmost outpost. The Galapagos, a group of 19 islands belonging to Ecuador. They perch just below the equator, nearly 1,000 kilometers west of the mainland. On shores of black basalt, black lizards bask. Cold-blooded, they can't get going without a jump start from the morning sun. They're marine iguanas. Their spread-eagle posture, a way of absorbing heat as fast as possible. They're eager to get going this morning. Not because the sun is up, but because their body clocks are synchronized to the ebb and flow of the sea. Today, low tide is in the morning. It exposes the only thing they eat: beds of algae. They'll feed until the cold sea spray slows down their munching muscles too much. Then it's back to basking, rinse, and repeat. Massive males watch from the wings, but they don't join in. They've got bigger plans and need to soak up more sunshine before they're ready. On Isabella, the largest Galapagos island, there are even larger reptiles. Now the sun is up. This female on the Alcedo volcano moves with a real sense of purpose. For her, walking 200 meters a day is vigorous exercise. But today, she may do 600 meters or more. Because today, she's decided to migrate. She's been grazing down in the crater, where seasonal rains nourished tasty grass. But the weather is changing. The warm, wet days are ending. So she's moving up in the world. In the cooler, drier days to come, she'll still find good vegetation on the crater rim. Many of her fellow Alcedo tortoises are already up here. On Isabella Island, tortoises only live in the volcanic highlands. And since they don't travel far, the populations on each volcano don't mingle. So each of the 5 volcanoes has developed its own tortoise subspecies. The 6,000 or so Alcedo tortoises only live on the volcano that bears their name. Marooned on an island within an island. The crater rim is so popular with migrating Alcedo tortoises that they've gouged out well-worn tortoise highways, which makes it easy for an amorous male to catch up with the female. He runs her down and presses his weight advantage. He's twice her size. This is just the start of their courtship. He'll pursue her like this for days. But nothing will come of it unless she decides to lift her tail and grant him access. A volcano on the equator is one extreme reptile habitat. But Mexico's Sonoran Desert takes things up a notch. Here, the day will soon be too hot, even for the cold-blooded. The Gila monster needs to seize its moment. It's been hiding underground for the last 45 days, doing absolutely nothing. It only eats about 10 times a year. And today is a breakfast day. The sluggish reptile tastes the air for signs of even slower moving prey. Smells like something's under this cactus. Eggs. Perfect. They won't put up much of a fight. Just crack and swallow. Egg after egg after egg. It eats up to 1/3 of its body weight. With so few meals, it must make each one count. Fat and happy, it heads for home for a month or 2 of rest. Mammals, on the other hand, constantly need to fuel their warm-blooded bodies. In Colombia, the cotton-top tamarin family is finally ready to start its day. By rising late, they avoid run-ins with early morning predators. But now, they're famished. The dominant pair lead the search for food. Tiny monkeys have tiny digestive systems, so they need a high-energy diet. Fruit's good. A little grooming over breakfast helps keep relations within the troop harmonious. But when the eldest daughter tries to feed too close to her mother, she receives a thrashing. This isn't really about food. It's all part of the matriarch's plan to drive her sexually mature daughter out of the troop. It's a bit rough, but it's better for the gene pool if the kids leave home. And just like that, Mum's back to searching for insects among the leaves. They're a high-protein delicacy. If she's lucky, she may even catch something more substantial, like a small lizard or a frog. If the snakes don't get them first. There's one frog that has no fear of any predator. By day, the golden poison frog makes no attempt to blend in or hide. The hive's get-up is now a clear warning. Eat me at your peril. This male has enough poison to kill 10 people. He's untouchable. But his babies are poison-free and defenseless. The male has fertilized several clutches of eggs, well hidden in leaf pools around his territory. The females that laid them are long gone. Caring for the babies is his day job. He checks on offspring in various stages of development. His oldest tadpoles are already breathing air. But the youngest depend on oxygen dissolved in their puddles. As the morning warms up, he finds one that has almost gone dry. Dad springs into action, using his own body to soak up water and bring it to his eggs. It's going to be a long day. In the Peruvian Andes, a spectacled bear is also checking her territory for eggs. She's coming up to her first mating season and needs a good meal. She's found bird nests up here before, but today, nothing. The heat is oppressive. She should be seeking shade. At last, a nest. For this mostly vegetarian bear, the rich yolks are a rare hit of concentrated nutrition. Well fed, she can afford to take a siesta in a favorite tree. She's made her own nest by bending down its upper branches. Her first breeding season will coincide with the ripening of its fruit. She'll have a handy meal when she needs it most. But neither she nor the fruit are quite ready yet. So for the rest of today, she can just relax. Relaxation is not on this bird's daily schedule. Like all hummingbirds, glittering-throated emeralds have a supercharged metabolism. And this female is eating for 3. She rears her young alone. And they are always hungry. On the forested slopes of the Colombian Andes, she's found a parasol to protect them. It's a wise precaution. As the sun reaches its zenith, the temperature climbs to 30 degrees Celsius. Further down in the lowland forests, the cottontops are taking a midday break. But one doesn't get a rest. It's this young male's turn to stand guard. He's vigilant, scanning the sky for raptors. But as he checks out a potential threat, an approaching boa flies under his radar. The hawk has already lost the element of surprise. But the snake still has a chance of snatching a snoozing snack. The jig is up. The sentry has come through. In seconds, everyone is alert. They beat a retreat to higher branches. There are more than 200 species of snake in Colombia, but none that worry Father Frog with his toxic armor. His arch-enemy is the tropical heat. He continues his rounds to discover a blessed event about to turn into a disaster. One of his batches of eggs is hatching, and there's not enough water for them to survive. He can't possibly fetch enough water for growing tadpoles to live in, so he'll need to take them to the water. He secretes a special glue that holds them firmly on his back as he sets off to find bigger pools for them. Safe at last. Here, they'll have enough water to make it to Froghood. As the midday sun blazes in the sky, most animals seek shade. Toasted to perfection, an iguana shifts to the underside of its branch to avoid overheating. But in the Galapagos, its distant cousins are still soaking up sun.